Hello there, Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a reading here for Aquarius for the month of November 2021. As always, as I get started here, I just want to remind everybody that the deck that I choose to use is the traditional Rider-Waite deck. That's my go-to deck. That's what I step into all of my readings with, most generally. So stepping into your energy, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, what I really feel for November 2021 for you is that you might be feeling a little bit worn down at this time, right? And stepping into the first week of November, we have the Six of Cups. So with this, I'm feeling like your senses are like off the charts. You're feeling things just a little bit more intensely. And what I feel with this is that you're kind of maybe reminiscing a little bit, maybe about the past, maybe about an era of your life in which you were like shamelessly courageous about getting after your goals. You had a lot of audacity, right? Confidence, and you were really putting the effort into getting what you wanted out of life in general, really putting a lot of fight out there, right? And that word chutzpah had kind of come through, and that's what I feel with that. You have a lot of chutzpah, and then now as life has come at you and come at you hard and strong and fast, you've gotten all of these experiences that you've been through, you know, these obstacles. It's kind of worn on you. It's worn you down a little bit. And so that is where you're kind of at this case in point where it's like, well, is this worth fighting for? And, you know, what am I fighting for? And maybe kind of just restructuring things in terms of, you know, where am I putting my time and energy? Is this something that I've always wanted? And if it isn't, then how can I redo things and get a redo on life a little bit here to make sure that I can reprioritize what my goals are, and so that I can make sure that I'm putting my time and energy into things that are giving back to me, fueling my heart, my soul, right? And so I do feel like you're going to be looking back maybe on a time in your life where you did feel like, you know, you'll be looking back like favorably on that. In fact, where you felt like things were sensational. That word sensational had come through. So I feel like there was a lot of excitement around it. There was a lot of joy. There was a lot of enticement, where a lot of things that, opportunities that came up, people that came into your life, things like that, they had a lot of allure to them. And so you kind of like lost that joy or that passion. So you need to be able to rekindle that. Like, how can you find that joy or that passion, that feeling that ignites you when you think about things, something that lights you up, right? And so I feel like, you know, it's about getting to a space where you feel like you're putting in less effort and less work, but going with more ease into things that you want. It's not going to be like a knockdown, drag out fight anymore, but it's going to be more of, gosh, this feels good, and putting my time and energy into this refuels me. It makes me feel good. I don't feel drained at the end of the day. You know, what is it that is going to be nourishing and nurturing for you? Okay, so that's some things to kind of reflect on. Moving into the 7th through the 13th, we have the Fool. So as you reflect on all of that, here comes this new beginning. And so with this, I really feel as though you could be taking the bull by the horns, so to speak. You are really going to have to do a deep dive into what it is that you think that you desire, or what it is that you decide, right, for yourself. I do feel like you're to be taking the situation into your own hands in terms of moving forward, really grasping that feeling of that solar plexus in the center of your stomach, that yellow chakra, and really moving forward, as I'm very drawn to the yellow boots, right? Really, whatever you're putting your time and energy into right now is going to be propelling you down a new path. It's going to push you into new growth, new levels of existence, leveling up, right? Really big energy here. And with that yellow as well, I feel like it's going to be positive. It's going to feel light and airy and fun and refreshing, right? So I feel that very much with this Fool card coming in for you this week. Moving into the 14th through the 20th, we have you showing up in your own reading here, Aquarius. I love this so much, the Star. Now, I do feel the words like project and hope are coming in together. So with this, I feel as though whatever it is that you're putting your energy and time into, it's going to have to really, feed you in terms of you knowing that you have everything that you need within you to conquer those self-defeating behaviors and save yourself, right? That's really what I feel with that. So anything that you're seeing externally that you can grab onto to just give you enough strength to keep going, to keep trying, right? That kind of thing. Now with this, I do feel as though there's this, looking at your strengths versus looking at this needs assessment. What do I have? What do I know that I can do and do very well? And then where is it that I need to likely improve? Or where is it that I could learn? Where is it that I need to get in touch with my own feelings about certain things? Where is it that I can apply, my external gifts into the external world, I guess I should say. And so how can you start to practice some new and different behaviors and dynamics and see them playing out in your external world to challenge yourself to grow, right, out of some of these self-defeating behaviors? And it's going to be a little bit scary, right? You're going to have to really overcome some of these fears that you've had maybe for a long time, maybe things that you've always allowed to keep you held back, keep you in certain situations, right? And again, I feel like this is kind of like where things can go wrong, right? Because once you do start to navigate out of some of those energies of fear and doubt, right, and you start to challenge yourself in certain ways, it can be a little scary. And when things don't go exactly as you're hoping for them to go, you can give up very easily, right? Because it's hard sometimes to see yourself fail. But if you're looking at this in a playful manner, in a playful way, and understanding that you're human, everybody's human, and we're out here, this is what we're here for. We're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to navigate this world to the best of our ability. We're here to surrender to spirit. We're here to try and try again. And I feel that this is very much why you are having this energy this month too, Aquarius, with this in November. We really want you to be putting in the effort to get the result. This is really what this is about, taking that risk, because if you're not going to be taking that risk, you're not going to get that reward, right? And so this is why it's so important. And so, with this, it's about squashing the beef internally, right? And really, it could be a moral dilemma. It could be you feel totally torn between two circumstances or two choices. There could be two things keeping you like pulled in two different directions. But whatever that is, you're gonna have to make a choice, right? You're gonna have to desert one choice or one direction and just go for the other, right? You have to make that choice for yourself. And that is where it's like you become this renegade. And I feel like I hear that song playing too, that renegade song that they play on the Jeep commercials. So I feel like, you're going to have to create new standards for yourself as well, right? Where you're going to have to, you might even have to leave current situations. You might have to, within like a relationship or a job or whatever that looks like for you, to make sure that you are following your heart, following your dreams. But know that this bright star shining at the top, Spirit's looking out for you, right? Spirit's got your back. And as long as you are doing the work and you're putting in the effort, Spirit will try to show up for you and will show up for you, right? I shouldn't say try. Spirit will show up for you, and always for your highest and best. So put some surrender into that. Okay, moving into the 21st through the 27th, we have the Strength card coming out with the 10 of Wands. So feeling a little bit burdened, but overall really going to have to tap into that inner strength to tame that inner lion, right? Really having to tame that lion. So I do feel with this that, listen, there's only so much that you can take, okay? I do feel as though you do feel burdened. You feel overwhelmed with things. You might be upset about something. And I feel like, you know, where that strength comes into play is to encourage you not to give up, right? You don't want to give up on your hopes. You don't want to give up on your dreams. You don't want to give up on something that you've worked for all your life. And so with this, it's about that Strength card being that staying loyal, staying true to yourself, staying loyal to yourself, right? And that's where that inner lion is, right? Because you could, that inner roar, that ego, right? That chatter in that mind, it could be going, your mind could be going a million miles an hour with, you should do this or you should do that. Or maybe you actually are hearing people say, you should do this and do that, right? Because there are people in your external environment that are concerned about you, right? And so with that, tap into that strength, tap into that lion, tap into that courage, and know that you can do this, okay? I want you to channel that raw passion into something that's very constructive for you in terms of honoring commitments to yourself and staying loyal to yourself. Understand that when people are projecting those worries and concerns and fears and opinions, that's through their own lens of experience, and that's okay that they're expressing that if that's what they choose to do, and they want to try to help you. But at the end of the day, you have free will, and you make the decision. You are the one. You have the authority of your own life, right? And so I feel like there's a little bit of not just the mind chatter, but there's some like hearsay happening where things are transpiring or things are said and then it gets misconstrued, and so there's a little bit of an exaggeration happening, kind of like that telephone game when we were like little and we would like whisper into each other's ear, and then by the time it gets 5-6 people down, they say it out loud and it's a completely different message. I feel like that's happening, and so I'm getting chills with it. I feel like I'm right on the money there. But so with this exaggeration, I feel like there's a need to kind of fact check things, or like to make sure that you're following like a fact-based approach to things versus like an opinion that's been formulated, right? Not formulating an opinion, but just going by the facts to help you to make a decision or determination about something, right? Because I feel like with this, it's like there's this message or thing that happens, and then there's like, so there's like a truth, and then there's like a lie, that the distorted message, I should say, right? And then in between is like a reality that you have to kind of like deal with both of the sides of the story or the scenario. And so, you know, I feel like you have to work with what you have, really, and finding that common ground and meeting in the middle there. And so just make sure if you're sticking to the facts and that's what you're basing your determinations on, it's never going to steer you wrong, okay? So that's really what I feel for the 21st through the 27th for you, Aquarius. Moving into the end of the month, the 28th through the 30th, we have the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so this looks a little sad, actually. This is a couple actually outside of a church, and one is, you know, I mean, they're both very cold. It's cold outside, and one is kind of walking ahead of the other. One is injured, right? But really, this is like somebody being like left out in the cold. What I feel for you for the 28th through the 30th, Aquarius, you know, I feel like you're just starting to get yourself established in a situation, or you're just starting to feel like you're established in something, a sense of belonging, a sense of self-esteem, right? Like you're just starting to see your way out. So I feel like the one that's like walking away, oh geez, the camera. So like I feel like you are this person, right? Where you're just starting to like, I'm determined and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna walk steadily and get myself into the church because it's cold out here, right? And so I feel like that's what's happening, right? You're getting yourself out of a situation that's a little uncomfortable. And it took a lot of determination. It took a lot of realizations, a lot of truths within you. You had to really do damage control. You had to really be honest with yourself about things that like were, gosh, like you didn't really want to admit things to yourself, right? That you allowed yourself to do these things or to stay in these situations, right? Like they were not that great. I feel like you were maybe in a precarious situation at one point, and you've allowed yourself to stay in that situation out of comfort maybe at one point, and now you've grown so much, and so you're no longer like staying in a situation that doesn't serve you, and so you're growing now. You're not staying stuck, you're growing. And so with this, you're overcoming feelings of maybe like not feeling deserving. Maybe you're starting to feel like you deserve beautiful things. Maybe you're starting to outgrow feelings of scarcity, whether that is feeling as though you aren't enough or feeling as though you don't have enough money, right? Overcoming some of those things that can lead to like your isolation or depending on other people. You're starting to feel like I can do this and I don't need somebody else, right? And so that increases your self-esteem, and there's a lot of wound soothing, I guess, that you've been doing, right? Where you have been doing your inner work. You have been creating space for that to surface, to heal, and replacing some of these old beliefs with new beliefs, with positive affirmations and new ideas for yourself, and no longer putting limitations on what you think is possible for you. So I really love that, Aquarius. So I feel through all of this, this is going to pave the way for something big in terms of transformation for you as well, which is great because it leads us to this overall advice for you. For the month of November, we have the King of Wands. And now with this, I feel as though you might feel like, gosh, I've done so much work and I'm so proud of myself. Great. Be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you too. But that doesn't mean to stop. That doesn't mean that it stops here. Okay? Because I feel as though you might have this sense that you feel secure now. You feel stable. You feel like, yeah, I made it. But we never stop learning. We never stop growing. And so with this, I want you to understand that you might feel a little bit tempted to say, well, that will suffice. That'll suffice. Like, I feel good. And you should feel good. You've done so much. I'm not dismissing that at all. But I really want you to remember that you deserve an amazing life. You have to claim that, and you have to take action when you feel called to take action in order to get yourself to that space. And I feel that there's this huge leveling up, this huge transformation, like just maybe outside of arm's reach for you. It's coming in for you. It's aligned with you. And if you choose to go there, if you choose to get yourself to that space and not just say this will do, right? Not just settle, but really claim it, right? Claim that for yourself. I feel like you even will be shocked. You'll be like, whoa, like I can't believe that I created this for myself. I can't believe this manifested for me. I can't believe how powerful my thoughts are and how I have taken some actions to create this for myself. Thank you so much, Spirit. You'll be singing so much gratitude because you're going to be transforming not just at the emotional level, but like you'll see it happening around you in your physical external world, and it's going to be amazing. And so I do feel like again, there's you know, a version of you that doesn't really, you know, you have an aversion to taking that risk, but just remember that on the other side of that risk is a big, huge, beautiful reward, and it's got your name written all over it, okay? And you deserve it. You deserve amazing things, and there are beautiful, beautiful things waiting on the other side of that risk. Will you take it? That is the question, okay? So you got this. You can do this, Aquarius. I believe in you. And if you have any questions, if you have any you know, inkling that, gosh, you know, like I have an idea, I have some plans, I have some questions, I'm just not sure how to go about it, bounce ideas off of other people, because I think that that's a beautiful energy to sit in coming into the new year for you as well. So I hope that this resonates for you, Aquarius. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. Not all general readings can resonate for everybody, but if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at the square site in the description box below here on YouTube. And if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you're in the know of all the new amazing content as it is released. And as always, I will be back, of course, with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.